Amanda here from createyourfuture.co. So guys, I have a really exciting video of how I manifested something without lifting a finger, okay? So I am really excited to share this success story with you because I'm absolutely thrilled and excited about it. It was actually something that I was trying to manifest like kind of like on and off and I really, you know what, honestly, I was just too lazy to do it myself and I knew I could, but I was just really too lazy to actually sit down and do it. So yeah, I totally manifested it. And when it got presented to me, and from I said yes, from then to now, I've actually got a physical copy of it, which is great. So I'll tell you what all that is in a minute. So just before I dive into it, guys, we do have a free course, How to Find Your Blocks to Manifest Anything Fast. Of course, the course should be really titled to how to do your, how to compile or how to create a good mental diet to manifest what you want, because really it's about getting clear on what thoughts to entertain, which ones not. And it teaches you what is a block, like questioning is a block, and wondering what the other person thinking is a block. And I've gotten such incredible feedback from it. So guys, definitely check out the link in the description below if you would like a free copy of that course. So yeah, guys, okay, let's dive into it. So this is how I manifested something without lifting a finger. So when I first started Create Your Future, and you guys have heard me say many times over that, it's really important to identify what your current story is and all of your limiting beliefs that you have about your current story, and then change it into, your positive intentions that are in line with your new story, and to get clear on your goal. Okay. And I always used to do it just on a sheet of paper. Like I would take a sheet of paper and I would like basically draw a line and I'd write my goal, and then I would put a line down the center, and then one side I would put my limiting beliefs and then cross them out and put like my positive intentions. I mean, you can still do that, but for me, I'm the type of person where I like a book, right? Like an actual workbook. Because I like paper, I like pens. So anyway, so then I was like, well, I really want to create a book like that because I think it'll be great, and somewhere fun to keep sort of all your intentions in, and because I've got like books and pages and little recipe cards of intentions everywhere, right? So it'd be kind of nice just to have one dedicated thing where I can kind of look at it, reassess it, right? So, and then I thought about it and I was like, well, I don't know how to print a book. I'm like, I don't know where I would go to do it. I don't even know what app I would use to even like create the pages. And then how do I even stick that? And where do I put it up? Where does it print from? Who ships it? Like, it was just too much for me. So I was like, no, you know what? It's going to happen and I'm not going to lift a finger on it. Right. But so for like a couple years, I was thinking about it, but I never really took the second part to say, look at, you know what, I intend, that somebody does this for me. So finally it was about maybe 2 weeks ago. And I said, no, you know what, it's going to happen. Somebody knows how to do it. They're going to approach me and we're going to make it happen. And this is the book I'm talking about. We made this happen from a week when the person came to me and said, hey, you know what, my company does stuff like this. Do you want anything done for your company? I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, yeah, I do. So like from that moment to like a week later, this ends up showing up delivered by Amazon. So, I mean, it was so cool that, when I finally, like, I knew I wanted it. And when I finally decided that, it was like, well, I'm not going to do it. So I intend it just falls on my lap. Somebody else is going to create it for me. Somebody else is going to know how to do this. And they're just going to come to me and let me know their idea. And we're going to make it happen. And we absolutely did. And it happened so fast once I made that declaration about how it was going to happen. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. You don't need to create the how, but I did want to create the how in this instant because I didn't want to do it. I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to take the time to do it. I didn't want to learn how to do it. I didn't want to research how to do it. I just didn't. And I had so much resistance to doing all those steps, right? And I kind of felt like if I didn't create the how, I would get like, well, I was getting like articles and like different emails from, from places like, oh, if you want to create a book, do it this way, like, how to stuff. And I was like, and running into that stuff. And I was like, no, that's not going to happen. So guys, what is this? This is actually the Create Your Future Mental Diet Journal. And it gives a little bit of instruction there. And it's got pages in here where you can write your goal, just like I used to do on a piece of paper, as well as your limiting beliefs. And then you cross them out and you put them into your changed intentions. And it's got a bunch of pages for you to do that in here. So So yeah, I wanted to make the video and explain, how I manifested that because, I'm absolutely thrilled, that I actually did it and didn't have to lift a finger. And I think it was kind of important to explain, that because I think a lot of times people think we don't, like that we don't, don't do the how, don't do the how. But in my case, like not doing the how was causing me a lot of resistance because my mind was thinking I would need to do all these things myself and I just didn't want to do them. And that's why, the book wasn't made sooner. And it was like, as soon as I went, well, you know what, how am I comfortable with this happening? Like, how do I want this to show up in my life? And I'm like, well, I just want it to show up where someone's going to do it for me. That's how I want it to happen. And as soon as I did that, boom, right? That story of how it was going to happen, me holding resistance to not wanting to do any of that stuff, I came up with a solution and that's how it came into my life, right? So, you know, the moral of this is you don't have to create the how, or you can create the how. If you've got resistance to how it's going to happen, then my suggestion would be to create and go through all the ways that you do want it to come in. Wouldn't it be nice if, it just showed up at my door? So if you're thinking, like, for instance, in your relationship, like, how is he going to contact me? I blocked him on everything. Okay, well, that's a block thinking, how are they going to, contact me? I blocked him on everything. Well, then we've got to start thinking about all the ways that it could possibly happen, or at least one way that it could possibly happen, right? If you don't take the action and block the person, right? So, basically the moral of the story is no, you don't have to create the how, but you can create the how. You're the ultimate creator of your reality, and there's no wrong way or right way to do this. The way that you want to do it is the way to do it. Just remember that your thoughts create, right? And, any thoughts that you're having, that are putting, a block, resistance, or they're limiting you from getting what you want. So like in my case, the how was really limiting me because I was really opposed to doing what I thought I needed to do until I had that aha moment of, well, why doesn't someone else just do it for me? And then boom, it showed up and I lost that resistance, right? So it wasn't until I recognized other ways that it could happen without my direct involvement, right? So I think, you know, and take a look at what you're creating, right, in your reality. Do you have doubts about how something's going to happen? If you do, just have some fun with it. Just go through a few different scenarios of how it can happen. How do you manifest things without lifting a finger? Well, you say, look at, this is what's going to happen. Somebody else is going to do it for me. This is what's going to show up. And then, it's going to show up. It's going to be ready to go. They're going to have all these great ideas, right? So, I remember years ago, somebody posted on our Facebook group, the Create Your Future Law of Attraction Hacks. It's our Facebook group. You can definitely check it out. The link's in the description below. We post success stories there. But somebody posted a success story. They said, thank you, Amanda, for making me the laziest person in the world. They were like, I want my door closed. I think about it. My mom closes my door. I want something to drink. Somebody offers me something to drink. I mean, everything, it can be done for you because everyone is you pushed out. So you don't necessarily need to take action in your reality, other than, if you create that, things just come to you without you taking any action. Now, don't get me wrong, like some things you need to take action. So like, for instance, in the story of this book, I did need to take action and I needed to answer the phone when the person called me, about the idea. So I did need to take the action of, picking up the phone, but I didn't need to take the action of calling a bunch of people and trying to find somebody to do this for me because I just said somebody was going to bring it to me. So I just needed to be available to have people bring things to me, bring their ideas to me and that sort of thing, right? So anyways, I'm really excited. If you guys would like the book, the link is in the description below. It is on Amazon. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, if you don't want the book, that's fine. You can just do it on a piece of paper. But I mean, like I said, I wanted this in existence for me because I think it's absolutely amazing and I'm absolutely thrilled by it. And yeah, if you guys want it as well, here it is. If not, you can use a paper. I mean, you don't even need paper and pen to manifest. Your brain is the powerful part. Your thoughts is all you need. As long as you have those, you have everything you could possibly need to actually manifest something in your life. So anyways, yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and I really appreciate and love each and every one of you guys, and I intend all of the success in the world for you. And thank you so much for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing, and we'll see you in the next video.